Hello everyone! In this video, we'll see how to upload tiles in Tilelook 3D Home, starting from checking which products are already available up to the advanced material settings. First, we check whether the products we need are already present in Tilelook. We can do this from the Brands page on the Tilelook website, or directly by using the search bar inside the software. If you notice that a specific manufacturer or series is not yet available, you can contact us by email at contact@tilelook.com, especially when dealing with large quantities of materials. Another option is to send us the product images directly, along with their corresponding specifications, brand, collection, and product name. This allows our team to handle the integration in the catalogue. The insertion times may vary depending on our current workload, so it may take a few days. In addition to this, every Tilelook user can upload the products they need for their own projects independently. The products uploaded manually are not shown in the public catalogue. They remain in a private area, visible only in the My Uploads section. However, if you would like to contribute to keeping the general catalogue up to date, you can forward these same materials to us again to contact@tilelook.com, so that, where possible, they can be published and made available to other users. Before proceeding with the manual upload of either a single-face tile or a multi-texture tile, it is important to follow a few technical requirements for the images. Product images must be in PNG or JPEG format, use RGB colours, and have a minimum resolution of 72 dpi. It is essential not to use images that already contain graphic borders, frames, or reflections, as these would affect the final render result. Now let's go into the program. From the menu, go to My, Uploads, Upload Models Textures. We start by uploading a tile with a single face. Select the tile file you want to upload and send it. At this point, the system asks you to assign a category. Since this is a tile, we choose Interior Finish, then the most suitable category, for example, Ceramic Tile, Tiles. In the name field, we enter the product description, such as model, size or effect. Just below, we define the tile size, to be entered in millimeters, and we can also upload a thumbnail that will be used as the product preview. It is also possible to specify brand, series, material effect, and shape. Once we confirm, the system starts the upload process. The tile will appear in the list of our uploads. If we do not see it immediately, we wait a few minutes and, if necessary, refresh the page. Now, let's see how to upload a multi-texture tile. In this case, first we need to prepare a folder on our computer containing all the images we want to use for that tile. Once the folder is ready, we go back into the software, open My, Uploads and select Multi-Texture Map. We upload the folder with the images and send it to the system. Here as well, we are asked to indicate the product category and the main specifications, just as we did for the single-face tile. The program offers us two ways to manage the images. By enabling the multi-face stone option, the different textures will be shuffled randomly without a fixed order. With the second option, instead, we can define a custom order deciding exactly how the images will alternate on the surface. At this stage, we set a predefined order for our tiles so that they're then applied automatically according to our layout. Now, let's move on to the advanced settings of the material, which allow us to control the appearance of the surface more precisely. In particular, we will look at the three main parameters: metallic, roughness, and specular. After choosing the material effect, we click on Advanced Settings. The item Map Upload option refers to the upload of a bump map, an advanced piece of data that describes the relief and micro imperfections of the surface. Not all tile manufacturers are able to provide these maps, but when they are available, they make it possible to achieve an extremely realistic result in the final render. In this example, we will not upload any external bump map. We will simply adjust the parameters below manually. If we select, for instance, a predefined effect such as a tile, the program automatically fills in the metallic, roughness, and specular values with default settings designed for that type of material. The metallic parameter takes values between 0 and 1, just like the other two. It is mainly used for metallic, chrome, or mirror-like surfaces, and only rarely needs to be changed for standard tiles and wall coverings. The surrounding environment, the color temperature of the lights, warmer or cooler, and the presence of reflections have a slight influence on the final result in terms of color and brightness of the material. The roughness parameter controls how smooth or rough the surface appears. The lower the value, the smoother and more reflective the surface will be, producing sharp and well-defined reflections. Conversely, higher values make the material more matte, with softer, less noticeable reflections. The specular parameter, finally, determines the intensity of the reflections. High values produce surfaces with very bright, strong highlights, while lower values reduce them. It is important to know that every product category we choose as the main classification of our model provides a set of effects consistent with that type of material. In general, the default values of the three parameters, metallic, roughness, and specular, are already tuned to give a good result in most cases, but we always have the freedom to adjust them according to the needs of the project or the visual effect we want to achieve. To better understand the impact of these parameters, let's look at the same tile set with three different categories. With a standard tile effect, we usually have a fairly high specular value and low roughness, resulting in a very glossy surface with visible reflections. With an opaque tile effect, the specular value is reduced and the roughness increased. The surface appears softer with fewer reflections and a more muted look. Finally, with an antique tile effect, the specular and roughness values are brought closer together, creating a surface without strong reflections, more textured and worn, ideal for reproducing tiles with a lived-in or traditional appearance. The advanced settings shown in this video were exclusively relevant to the tiles category. If, in the first parameter to be selected, we choose a different category, the advanced settings related to it may have different basic parameters compared to those we've just seen. In any case, we can customize them as well.